Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I'm spending some time in my granny camper, or the travel trailer that I have in the Pacific Northwest in the lower 48. And it's fun because I can come down here and spend some time with my grandchildren having some adventures. So while we were out in the trailer, I was thinking about, what are you prepared to do if SHTF happens? SHTF can happen when you least expect it. You could be away from your home. You could be comfortably in your home. Maybe you would even be at work or even out shopping. So you need to be prepared and have an idea. You want to think about it and have an idea and a plan in your head. What would you do if all of a sudden SHTF happened to you? Begin by thinking about, what are the SHTF risks where you live? Where I live, we have earthquakes or volcanoes even. We have wildfires, winter storms. Maybe you live in a place where there are hurricanes or tornadoes or who knows what. If you think about the possibility of some of the SHTF events that could occur, then you can realize that some of those events mean that you need to bug out. So if you have to leave your home because it isn't safe, or your community isn't safe, or something has gone wrong in your neighborhood, prepare a bug out bag so that you are able to have 72 hours worth of gear. You need to have some food, some water, some tools, ways to shelter, warm clothing, all of the items that you would want in a bug out bag.
Remember the 6 P's to be ready in case of immediate evacuation. What are some things you need if you had to leave your home immediately? How can you prepare and have those things? What if you had 5 minutes notice that you needed to evacuate? Do you know where your wallet is, your keys, your cell phone and charger? Do you have your medications, any medical devices you need? What about glasses, your laptops? And you need an emergency folder with all of your important information, your shoes, a jacket, and any special items you would need for your children and your pets. What if you had 15 minutes? Do you have all of those items? Do you have a radio, flashlights and batteries, a first aid kit, camping equipment, food, water, clothing, a blanket? What about a portable toilet? All of these items should be in your bug out bag, and you should have those prepared, sitting ready to go at your door. What kind of important papers should be included in your bug out bag? Look over this list. You need everything from your identification, your bank statements, driver's license, all of your important insurance documents, and things that are important to you. Make sure you have a copy of all of those documents together in a folder, and that they're with your bug out bag. Here's an example of how to be prepared in case of a wildfire. Follow most of these tips for nearly any kind of an evacuation. You need to prepare yourself, you need to prepare your car, you need to prepare your home, and the more preparations you have made ahead of time, the safer you'll be and the better outcome you'll have. Look over this list of important items to have for your family, for your safety, and items for your car to make sure that you can escape with the things that you need. Everyone needs a basic first aid kit. Here's a list of all of the important items that you can have in your first aid kit. Make sure that you have bandages, gloves, blister and burn treatments, elastic bandages, the medications you might need. You can buy a ready-made first aid kit and then add to it any items that you think you would like in addition to that. You can pick them up as easily as a trip to the Dollar Tree for a lot of items. Every emergency kit needs to include cash in small bills, an ample amount so that you can provide any extra items that you need along the way. Power outages you may not be able to use a credit card or an ATM or a debit card, but cash is almost always accepted in an emergency situation. Here's a home safety checklist. Go over these items so that you have these items in case the source of your evacuation is inside your home. You need smoke alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, fire extinguishers, have fire drills, and a plan to get out of your house. Just like you need a plan where you would go if you had to leave your home, you also need a plan of how to safely get out of your home.
Then if you needed to bug out, you need to have an idea. Where can I go? How do I get there? I need some transportation. I need a route. I need to know where it is safe. And then I need to have my final destination in mind, or at least a safer area that you can leave to. Depending on what the emergency is, makes a difference in where your final destination can be. You need to make sure that your destination is also safe. In many situations, we're far more comfortable if we can shelter in place, remain in our home, bug in. In our home, we have the water we need. We have our extra food, the supplies. Our home provides our shelter, our security, and gives us plenty of room to hunker down with our family. But part of that means preparing to shelter in place. What if you needed to stay home for a few days or even a few weeks? Look at what's happened after some of the hurricanes that hit our southern areas of our nation this fall. Some of those people were without running water, electricity for weeks at a time. No one wants to ever have that happen to them, but it's a reality that it could. Do what you can to have your prepping supplies, some food, water, tools, first aid supplies, hygiene supplies, all of the different areas of prepping of the things that we count on having to help our lives run smoothly. Make it a priority to plan now and be flexible with your plans because nobody knows what's coming. And so plan now. What would you do in all kinds of SHTF situations? But remember to be flexible because we never know what can happen, where it can be, and how severely it could affect us. So we want to have the ideas in our mind, but then remember that your plans can go awry. Figure out how you can effectively communicate with your family or your trusted friends so that in times of emergency, you know how to get a hold of the people that are important to you, how to make sure they know where you're going, how to make sure that you can find each other in all kinds of situations. So how you plan your communication is going to really depend on where you live, who's in your family, and the different kind of skills that you have for the different technologies that are available. Take the time to plan for SHTF and how you can be better prepared to face an uncertain future. Leave it in the comments below. What are some ideas and suggestions that you have for us to prepare for an unknown future? The more we prepare ourselves, the better off we'll be in all kinds of situations. I hope you'll like my video, share it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.